The BoyleSports.com Derby, third round. Adios Alonso, the 3-1 favourite. Drive on Guest, Prevalence, Caesar Music and Maffy Magic. Likely Treble and High and Mighty, 8-1, and it's 10's bar. Opening course, round 3 of the BoyleSports.com Derby. Red, Him Over There, owned by the Hey You, and Drive on Guest, owned by Thomas O'Donovan from Farron Reid. Drive on Guest, he's in the white colour. Here they come now, they're underway. Him over there with the early call, but Drive on Guest now coming home to good effect over on the far side, and Drive on Guest hits the front, the white collar asserting now by a length and a half as they close in, and it is continuing in the winning habit here, owned by Thomas O'Donovan from Farron Reid, trained by Dennis O'Driscoll and bred by Harry, coming from behind to take that opening course in the third round of the BoyleSports.com Derby. Red, Mailroad George, jointly owned by Peter Egan from Art Firth and Adrian Clifford. Eamon in the white collar, jointly owned by Don and Jared Buckley and Macroom. Here they come now. Red, Mailroad George, white Mucky Eamon on the inside of Mailroad's course, and now it is the white collared Mucky Eamon who was up and about this morning, is beginning to show superiority now over Mailroad George, and it's Mucky Eamon for the Mucky Eamon, who came up alone earlier on this morning, owned Jared Buckley, trained by James Kelleher. He knows what it takes to win a classic here. Mucky Eamon in 12-6 Prevalence. He's owned by Joan Hutton from Carlow, white Turbo Martin Ladd, Kathleen Casey O'Connell Abidoni and Jack Egan from Tarberdone. Out these two, Prevalence in the red. The white is Turbo Martin Ladd. They're away. Red Prevalence, white Tubber Martin Ladd, and it's Prevalence who's very, very quickly into his stride, climbing the hill. Prevalence out in front of Tubber Martin Ladd, who's come towards the near side, but Prevalence still with the advantage from Tubber Martin Ladd, who's trying hard, but not hard enough it would seem, and Prevalence almost home. They get a turn right upfield. Prevalence, the Glanworth qualifier in 12.72. Red, Likely Treble, Strabane and Tyrone, and he's coming up with Adios Alonso, the Derby favourite, 3-1. The Holy and Mar O'Sullivan Syndicate here in Clonmel. Flash, red collar, Likely Treble. White is Adios Alonso, and it's on the near side. Red collar, Likely Treble. Adios Alonso on the inside now on terms and hits the front. The one from Likely Treble, who briefly led in the early part of the course, but it's Adios Alonso. Adios Alonso continues his winning ways. $12.76.
Well, our 3-1 favourite for the Derby, you see him here in the white collar, Adios Alonso. He wasn't that fast into stride, but just with the early pace he shows, and when he reaches the brow of this hill, he really savours it. He's been powering up in the opening 2 rounds and is successful again in this third round. I can't imagine him in third round of the BoyleSports.com Derby.
Red collar, Lone Boxer, owned by the Tomoshine Syndicate from Lezelton outside Listowel, and Brazing, the Pistol Knight Syndicate from Mount Mahon.
Brazing Serpent 12.64, and Lone Boxer, his clock in the second round is 12.83. We're away now, I think.
Red Lone Boxer, owned by the Tomoshine Syndicate from Lezelton just outside Listowel, and Brazing Serpent, the Pistol Knight Syndicate from Mount Mahon, and up they come, and it is Brazing Serpent who blazes the Serpent out in front. Lone Boxer on the near side trying hard, but Brazing Serpent still has the advantage from Lone Boxer as they head right upfield now. Brazing Serpent is clinging on from Lone Boxer. Brazing Serpent, white collar. As hard as Lone Boxer tried, he just could not reel back Brazing Serpent in that and at 12.76, same time as that of Adios Alonso. Red is Caesar Music, owned by the Patsy and the Boys Syndicate from Collar, Jared Meehan, Kishgame, owns and trains. Tom Murphy now edging out of his hut with these two. Caesar Music and Music with the advantage away from slips, but it's only a very narrow one. Eleven Fantasy on the far side is sticking with him, neck and neck, stride for stride, and it's Caesar Music having to work side. No, Caesar Music Possibly just there. In a relishing buckle. Side by side from the minute they left. But we wait for Liam Kelly's adjudication. And yes, Caesar Music, quite another day in a time of 13:01.
Well, Caesar Music, a 4-1 joint second favourite for this BoyleSports.com derby. White collar, Elon Fantasy, and it was neck and neck as they reached the brow of the hill. The red collar here now, that was Caesar Music, and as they raced up for the opening turn, Caesar Music, he's been safely true for David O'Sullivan, Morris Jackson, Dermot Barry, Lee McLaughlin and Don Maloney, trained by Kevin Barry.
Red collar is the D4D Syndicate from Gad. He's versus Maffy Magic, the Shamrock Bar Syndicate from Kilworth and County Cork. Here on its way up now. Tom Murphy, Levy Magic, Tapoka, Maffy Magic on the inside of Tapoka. Tapoka just has it now as they climb the hill, heading out of the dip, and it's on the near side. Tapoka, Maffy Magic on the inside. Maffy Magic on the inside. Maffy Magic. The white collar. Game to the last there. And in Kelly raising the white flag in Maffy Magic's favour.
Well, Tapoka and the red collar, the white sunbuckle in the third round of the derby. Tapoka, he puts his head in front, but look at Maffy Magic. He just gets on terms now, and as they reach up for the opening turn, it's Maffy Magic, Hearts of a Lent, there from Tapoka, who put it up to him in the third round.
And the time there was 12:76. Red collar, Kildenogue Billy, the Derby, Kildenogue Billy, owned by the Gormanstown Syndicate from Art Fennan, and High and Mighty for Kieran Flynn, Tarbert and Michael Boland. High and Mighty in the white. Here comes it is High and Mighty, and it's High and Mighty that leads away from Slips, the Kern Failer winner, out a couple of lengths in front, climbing the hill. It's High and Mighty stabilising a healthy advantage of Kildenogue Billy. It is High and Mighty's course. The turn opposite us here in the stands, High and Mighty, jointly owned by Kieran Flynn from Tarbert and Michael Bow. 12.80 opposed to 12.89 in his second round course. So High and Mighty, quarterfinals.